My name's David Asmussen, and I own and operate Bluebell Farm here in Bowdoinham, and we grow all sorts of mixed vegetables and perennial fruits and berries and even some nuts. And we are at the Bowdoinham Farmers Market every Saturday during the summer, and then we sell to local restaurants and natural food stores. Bluebell Farm started in 2012, originally in Cape Elizabeth, and then we were searching far and wide for farmland, and then we found really good soil and a wonderful community in Bowdoinham. Bowdoinham is a fantastic place to farm. Great soils, great farming community, wonderful community that comes down to the market and goes to our local restaurants as well. Those are all wonderful aspects of living here. We opened up our farm stand, and that became a very convenient way for a lot of neighbors to get greens without going into any crowded space. Big thanks to BCDI for helping us improve the farm stand this spring to help meet the increased demand. Because of the pandemic, everybody was finding their local farm stand, and that was awesome. But we needed a bigger refrigerator. We were able to get a bigger refrigerator where you can see the produce, and I didn't have to stock it as often, and then we could have people do their shopping locally even more easily. It is wonderful that people are discovering all the agriculture that's right here in the backyard. Right in town, we have a dairy, we have vegetables, roots, we have a bakery. All these can be found right here in town, which is truly remarkable. Thank you. Robust food system in action right here. The milk from 2 miles that way. Yeah. There we are. If everybody took $20 that they were going to spend at a grocery store and spent it at a farmer's market or one of the farm stands, we could support even more farmers. So we got our solar panels up here, and those are putting energy out to the grid. So if you in Bowdoinham or anywhere are using electricity right now, it's coming from our solar panels. That's really cool. You see these little dots going this way. That means that the solar panels are putting energy out to the grid. So 100% of our power is covered by our solar array. I have signs at market that say veggies powered by the sun, and the sort of like, well, duh, plants always grow from the sun, but this means that our well pump, our fans, the coolers are all powered by solar energy. Important part of the farm is the coolers. Produce comes in here to be chilled and washed and then dried in our giant salad spinner here. Big tubs. The salad greens go in there and then go into here. And then the whole thing. Eggs. It's much friendlier than the hand crank. So in here we're transitioned from our spring greens and moved to peppers and basil. This is our drip tape. They have little tiny slits in it, and the water just slowly dribbles out of the slits right at the soil level, and then it soaks into the ground. So you lose very little to evaporation, to the wind, and it also keeps foliage dry on your plants. We transplanted peppers in here, and weeds, of course, are sneaking in here. And the lettuce here are just about ready to harvest, and then that will be about in time for these pepper plants to get big. So we're using this hoop house space for a bunch of different crops simultaneously, where one comes in, then another one goes out just as the other one needs more space. So here we are in tomato land. We have some red slicing tomatoes down the middle here, and we've got different cherries on the outside, some heirloom varieties over there, and then on either side a number of paste tomatoes, which will go to Turtle Rock Farm, and they're tomato sauces and whole canned tomatoes. I like using biodegradable twine, so that's one less piece of plastic to use out there. The heirlooms here will get somewhere around here. The cherries will start to go up over the top and start to come back down. And so by November, they'll go all the way over the top and down. And then it gets really, really like a jungle in here. So we're right down to the last of the asparagus this year. It keeps coming up, and then around this time of year, they start to get a little bit smaller, start to come up as ferns, and that's telling us that the asparagus is just about done sending up the spears, and then we're gonna let it turn into the giant asparagus ferns. And they'll be over 6 feet high, 7, 8 feet high. They get huge, and it turns into this big dense green forest right here that you can't see through. It's very fun. We have a nice array of cucumbers here. I do grow a lot of cucumbers. So this is a slicing cucumber. Out in the field we have pickling cucumbers, and I grow a lot of pickling cucumbers for Turtle Rock Farm, and they make a delicious pickle relish from the Boothby Blonde. Other one is your classic dill pickle. I grow both of those for a local cannery. Garlic is another wonderful staple, and then this is the garlic scape. These can just get snipped right off like that and used just like regular garlic. These are the black beans here. They go in early in the spring after the frost, and then we don't pick them until September or so. The beans will hang off just like a pod, like a green bean. So green beans, they look exactly the same, but these you just let go until the pod gets crispy brown, and so they're hanging off like this. And then when they get crispy brown, that's when you pick them. Black beans here, snap peas, green beans, more snap peas, and then it becomes the chard and beet block, and then the carrots, and broccoli, kale, cabbage, radishes. On the far side, the north field over there, that is cucumber land. This here is a cover crop of buckwheat and peas and barley. So these things have been growing since the spring because we weren't using it. We incorporate organic matter into the soil through our different cover crops. That helps preserve our soil and water. And the kids love to just like dive into that. I love the annual vegetables, and they're an important part. Coming over this way where there's a continuous leafy shrubby area, it's so much cooler and feels much more relaxed over in this area. It's nice. Here we are in elderberry land, and the elderberries are just flowering now. Saint Germain or elderflower liqueur. Here's your elderflower. It smells lovely. So the elderberries are a great plant that has a lovely flower. Berries themselves have great antioxidant qualities, and they go just to Richmond, Maine, to Maine Medicinals. The berries do for their elderberry syrup. Yes, this is a high bush blueberry. We are just about ready to sell these, but the kids eat a lot of blueberries. It's tough to get the blueberries past the kids and out for sale. We love our blueberries, and it is such a luxury to come out and stuff your face full of fresh picked blueberries. Why are we gonna sell these? They're delicious. We're gonna eat them. This is a hazelnut shrub, so you can grow nuts in Maine, and hazelnuts are a delicious, nutritious, energy-intensive food that you can grow right here. So that's the start of the hazelnut, and then we won't be able to pick them until September, and then they'll fill this out and then husk them off. These have catkins, just like a birch or an alder. There we go. There's the male flower, the catkins. And so those have the pollen that then fertilize the female flowers. Right there. Heck, with almonds from California, you can grow hazelnuts here in Maine. Husk it, crack it, grind it up with a bunch of chocolate, sugar, vanilla, and then it's awesome. Or just plain nuts. We're just plain nuts here. There's a conservation easement here from the Maine Farmland Trust. So it's pretty cool that this field will always be a field. It won't get chunked up into houses or parking lots or anything like that. So it can always stay in agriculture because the soil is good and we want to protect our natural resources. So, final word, vote with your fork. Everybody gets 3 votes every single day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And how you choose to spend your food dollars makes a big change in the world. Thank you for voting for local organic agriculture.